Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome back to my channel, Skool Gunner. How y'all getting on? I meant to do the stream from 10 in the morning, but I'll be honest, I was sound asleep. As mad as that sounds, I was absolutely sound asleep in bed. Deep sleep. Of course, I'm working very late, guys. You know what I mean? In the night time. And then I have to travel out of central London home. So I was in a deep sleep. But yeah, welcome along to my stream. And I want to thank everybody for your support over the last couple of days, weeks, months, years since I started my channel. I want to thank everybody. Thank you to everybody that has supported me. And a big shout out to my man, Nakar Peak. You know who you are. He donated this microphone. He's been doing a little bit of thumbnail art for my channel. Unfortunately, he left the job where I work recently. So to pursue a new venture. So yeah, I wish him all the best. Yeah, thank you to him for his support. Yeah, guys, we got the win. We did the business. 3-1 in the end. I'm happy enough with it. I mean, I was talking to two Burnley fans yesterday in the hotel where I work. They actually saw I have a little old school Gunner, Arsenal business card at the bar, and they saw it. And I said, "Oh, you Gooners." Obviously, they weren't London lads, yeah. I knew that by their accents. They're buying a couple of pints. So I served them the pints. They saw the card. They're actually from Burnley. They said Burnley were in it in the first half, which is true. They were thereabouts. But in the second half, of course, they got pushed back, yeah. The goals. Yeah, Trossard, he's the bravest player on the field. I mean, he took an incredible knock to the shoulder to score that goal. He went right into the goal post. So big up to Trossard, man. He's a real goal scorer, you know what I mean? And he went in fearlessly. He got a knock for his troubles, but it was a good goal. The second one, trying to remember. Yeah, the header from Saliba. Yeah, I'm just after waking up, guys. So the header from Saliba, yeah, powerful header. Good from a corner. And the one from Zinchenko, the politician. Spectacular finish. Good goal. And I mean, we're scoring goals. That's the main thing. My opinion, we still need an out-and-out striker. But the good thing about yesterday was that we caught up and we made ground on Spurs. Not because it's Arsenal versus Spurs, but because, you know, I'm not focusing on them too much. It's because they're one of the teams that were ahead of us. You know, the top three, ourselves, Manchester City and Spurs. They lost and we won. So we made up 3 points on one of the teams that are top. You know what I mean? So that was a very good result yesterday. If we didn't capitalize, if we didn't win the game, it would have been quite disappointing. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? It would have been quite disappointing. Just let me send a text message there, boys. 1 second. But yeah, there we go. A couple of comments coming in, guys. AFC always. He just got in ahead of McManus. 29, 18 games in all competitions, 1 goal, and that was from the penalty spot. I do not want to see him playing for Arsenal Football Club ever again. Yeah, Havertz. Yeah. What did you make of the Fabio Vieira sending off? I mean, it was a bit harsh, right? Okay, he went in high enough, yeah. He went close to the knee. I get it. But he's not exactly the strongest man in the world. I mean, he didn't kick the guy into the stands. Okay, by the letter of the law, in the ref's rule book, the ref's handbook, he has to go. But it wasn't the most vicious tackle I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I think a yellow card would have been sufficient, yeah, and a caution. I mean, it wasn't the most animal tackle I've ever seen in my life, you know. Was it worthy of a red? Refs are quite strict at the moment, yeah. He should have kept his feet down anyway. There was no need to go knee-high on the tackle, yeah. It was completely unnecessary. We were cruising along in the game at that point. We were cruising. We were 3-1 up. We were in control. There was no need to be flying around with tackles like that. After Nume, Trossard has to start up top every game. The difference in quality between Trossard and Eddie is huge. Yeah, and I think Arteta is starting to see that. I think Arteta is actually finally starting to see that. Obviously, he reads the newspapers. He hears fans' opinions. He's not living under a rock. So at some point, Arteta is going to hear that himself. You know what I mean? But definitely the difference in quality. And Trossard, like you saw, man, he went straight into the goalpost. He got a crack on the shoulder, a very hard bang on the shoulder for his troubles. It's do or die with him. You know what I mean? He's completely fearless and a brilliant player. You know what I mean? He's got a real edge to his game, a real edge. And he doesn't get pushed around. You know what I mean? He can handle himself. He does not let guys push him around. He's a dynamic player, good mentality. Slightly off the point, I saw that Manchester United's their 5 forward players have scored once in like the last 10 games. That's what someone was going at the stats yesterday, because I saw that they beat Luton 1-0 and they missed like about 8 chances in on goal. And the Luton keeper did well too. But I mean, their finishing was they just kept kicking the ball straight down the centre of the goal at the keeper when they were in. You know what I mean? Yeah, their 5 forward players have scored 1 goal between them in the last 10 games. Anyway, look, maybe Eddie Nketiah can join United. He'd be a starter because he's better than what they have. Rashford completely off the boil. Big game today, lads. Big game. Chelsea hosting City. I really hope that Chelsea can do something. I hope that they can slow them up a little bit. And what about Spurs yesterday, man? I mean, they're having a real bad... I'm not taking the piss out of them, yeah? They're having a bad run at the moment. I mean, the Chelsea game, the 2 send-ins off, they played well up to that point. They played well all game. And yesterday, letting it slip right at the end. You know what I mean? Like when Wolves got back to 1-1, Wolves are actually the best team at that, I think, in the league. When they get an equaliser, they seem to grind teams down and they go for the kill. Wolves are very good at that. Yeah? When they get to 1-1, they always turn it around to a 2-1. They're very good at sensing that they go for the kill. Like I said, Spurs just got to put the ball out. You know what I mean? When it goes to 1-1, by alarm bells are ringing. You know what I mean? Get the ball, get rid of it. To concede the way they did, in I think like the 97th minute, to concede the winner, I mean, you have to ask yourself, yeah, they should have cleared the ball up the park. They should have put the ball out. At that point, it's do or die. You know what I mean? You have to do something. So that's it. Saliba's goal, cracker, and yet Spurs fans still think they're going to win the league. Yeah, they're having a good season so far, though. But they need to tinker with a few things. I mean, those things are always going to slip in. Yeah, I think they were already releasing a DVD now about the first 10 games. I think they're releasing a DVD now about the first 10 games and what they've actually been doing. Top of the league for 10 games. You know what I mean? So I think there's a DVD being released about that. Spurs' first 10 games, top of the league. I think they're going to be celebrating that with a DVD. But, yeah. Obviously, they won't be winning the league. I doubt Arsenal will either, though. I wouldn't say we're in line for it. I was happy with the win yesterday because, like I said, they slipped up and we took advantage of it. And with Man City playing Chelsea today, we needed the 3 points on the board. Now it's an international break. Now we have a break for 2 weeks. What am I going to do with my channel? I honestly don't know. Well, I'm planning a little thing on Monday, yeah. I want a lot of people to tune in Monday, Tuesday, because I'm off work. So I'm going to create a bit of content. Yeah. And the more the merrier, yeah. The more people that tune in and actually join the stream, the better, yeah. The most people that actually come onto my channel. I've been talking to Scott about it. Of course, I've been talking to yourself, McManus. I'm trying to put the word out there. You know, I would like a couple of people to come on my channel. I'm going to be texting a few people on my way to work later, seeing are they up for it. Everybody's welcome. The more, the better. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But we got the win yesterday. Yeah? We did the business. We went down and we got the 3 points. I mean, I haven't been to an Arsenal game in a while. I'm not going to lie. Normally, I know someone that has a season ticket holder, my man Stapes, but the problem is everybody wanted to be at the Emirates last season. Nobody was missing out. Nobody at all. So, yeah. Commenting there from Scott, OSG. You're damn right, it's OSG. To the max. I meant to be coming on at 10, guys, to do the stream, but honestly, I was deep asleep. Yeah, I've been really tired this week. I think I'm coming down with something because some of the fools in work, they be coming to work sick. You know what I mean? If you're sick, by stay at home. Honestly, now I'm going to have a little whinge in a moment, guys, because I'm getting grumpy in my old age. I'm in my 40s now. But honestly, people coming to work by sick, making the OSG sick. You know what I mean? If they're sick, by stay home. Because me and one of the managers yesterday, we were on the late shift. We weren't feeling well. We got to work till 11. I got home for 1. You know what I mean? A little bit colder now, but I'm wrapping up warm. But people coming to work and they're unwell, you know. Passing it on by Muppets, by. I swear to God, they're Muppets. Like, I told him yesterday, I said, if you're sick, you stay home, eh? Don't be coming to work making the rest of us sick. I tell it as it is. I'm not one to mince my words. If anyone knows me, I'm a straight talker. I'm a nice enough guy, but don't push my buttons. Coming to work sick, making the rest of us sick, by. Muppets, by. Like I said, I've been tired all week, you know what I mean? And tired, or sign that you're coming down with something. As Muppets. Mr. Arsenal podcast, welcome along to my stream, man. We did the business yesterday. We got the 3 points, and it was badly needed, before the international break. Get those 3 points. Spurs, of course, came a cropper yesterday, and I keep mentioning Spurs because they're top of the league too. So we made up some valuable ground on arrival. We made up some valuable ground on arrival at the top of the league. It's the game today is what matters. We need Chelsea to do us a favour. I hope and I pray. I'm not living far from the bridge myself, but I hope and I pray that Chelsea can do us a favour in this game. Anyway, if you haven't, guys, check out this man's channel, Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Have a look at his channel and also check out this man's channel, McManus Gaming. He has 2 channels. This is one of them. Obviously, it's a gaming channel. But, yeah, check out this one. And he also has the McManus Sense. So make sure you go and check that out too, yeah? And big up, huh? All right. 1:10 a.m. here now. Can't sleep, Scott, man. No? You can't sleep, or are you building the studio? Burning the midnight oil. Mr. Arsenal Podcast. I will say this new ballot system is affecting the Emirates atmosphere this season. Yeah, have you been to a few games, yeah? Have you been to a few games yourself? Because I haven't had the pleasure. Up to this point. Trossard, yeah. Great goal, man. And he's fearless. Puts his body on the line. He took a right crack on the arm. You know what I mean? He took a real belt to get that goal in. But yeah, he's been impressive. No doubt. All right, I've obviously seen the highlights, guys, but I'm just going to watch them again. I'm going to talk you through it, as boring as that is. And we'll see what's going on. Let me just have a look at the highlights here, guys, and talk you through it. I got the manager on work yesterday to help me out when I was creating a bit of content because it was funny. I asked her to turn off the radio, in work because in the hotel they had the music playing. And of course, that's a copyright infringement, guys, because I've made content there before in the restaurant upstairs, in the mezzanine. We have that closed off, because we don't need the upstairs floor when it's quiet. So we close off the top floor, and I was up there I was on my break having my dinner, and I got to turn off the music, so I could actually create content. Otherwise, it would be copyright. So thank you to Laura Dana for that. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on, guys. I'm going to talk you through the highlights of what was actually going on in the game. All right, here we go. Saka with the ball. He was cutting in on the right-hand side. Cut the ball back. He tried to get it through, but then he took it on himself and had a shot, and the keeper just stopped it from going in. It was heading for the top corner, and the keeper touched it onto the bar. The goalie kicks it out for Burnley. A danger here, Burnley are in. Quick passage of play. Zinchenko gets back. Good save from Raya. And Arsenal clear for a throw-in. Zinchenko put the pressure on. David Raya made the save, and Arsenal cleared it. There's Martinelli. Right on half time, guys. We're right on 45 minutes. Trossard with the goal. Trossard with the goal. Brilliant play, guys. Fierce bravery. He threw himself at the ball, guys, whatever the cost, and a great one. He picked up a shoulder injury from that, guys. He got a hard bang against the post. But that was brave from him, eh? Tomiyasu overpowered Jay Rodriguez and crashed in, smashed in by Burnley, guys, for the equaliser. Brownhill with the goal, guys. A bit of confusion in defence. It started on the Arsenal left, guys. Tomiyasu was muscled off the ball, and it was a scruffy one, guys. Smashed in by Brownhill, eh? But Burnley did well there, guys. They got in the right area of the pitch. They pulled the ball back. But they deserved that goal, guys. They were disciplined in the match. Corner. Trossard whips it in. And Saliba with the header. Towering header from Saliba. Unstoppable. He's a big guy, yeah? And that was 2-1, guys. They weren't never for long, Burnley, but a great goal from Saliba. Powerful header, yeah? He's a big guy, yeah? He got right in front of the goalkeeper there. Another corner for Arsenal. Whipped in. Off the bar. Comes out and Zinchenko scissors kicks it in. Stylish finish from Zinchenko. He came back off the bar, came back out. And it was a nice one, yeah. A nice scissors kick from the politician. Zinchenko. It was like Karate Kid, guys. Little bit Daniel LaRusso about that. But yeah, smashed in. And there we go. That's me talking it through. Well, Havertz was consistent. Yeah, consistently rubbish. He was consistent. He's consistently rubbish, man. Seriously. Consistently crap. So yeah, say no more about it, Scott. Say no more about it. All right, the league table, the way it's looking, Manchester City are top, 27 points. 11 played, yeah, 27 points. They've won the last 3. Then come Arsenal, 12 played, 27 points. We've won 3 of the last 5. Then come Tottenham, 26 points. They won the first 3 of the last 5, but they lost the last 2. So they're losing a bit of momentum there. They've lost the last 2, Tottenham. So Arsenal are a point above them, as we always have been throughout history. Then come Liverpool, 24 points, but they have a game in hand. But the big one today is if Chelsea can actually do something against Man City. That's the big one today. Chelsea hosting Man City, not far here from where I live, in southwest London. So what can I say? It's going to be a big one. Scott Zinchenko had a good game. Yeah, he did. The politician had a good game, and Trossard was his usual reliable self, you know. Trossard was his usual reliable self. Say no more about it. You know what I mean? Right, let me put out the word. I am live. One second, guys. Just putting out the word that yours truly is live. Live and direct. One second. All right, there we go. But yeah, we can be happy with that game yesterday. We can be happy with that game, no doubt about it. Good win. Got all 3 points. Nice and easy. Say no more about it. The games today coming up, we've got, well, let me go through the results yesterday. It was Wolves 2, Tottenham 1, Man United 1, Luton 0, Arsenal 3, Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 2, Everton 3, and Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 0. Today's games, Aston Villa Fulham, Brighton Sheffield United, West Ham Nottingham Forest, Liverpool Brentford, and Chelsea Manchester City. So there you go, guys. There you go. Hopefully Chelsea can do something against City, yeah? City's next game after that is Liverpool. They're hosting Liverpool, so they have a couple of tough games there. Arsenal face Brentford. We're away at Brentford. That's going to be difficult. Thank God Ivan Toney's not playing. That's all I can say. Because he would make it difficult for us. Eric Ten Hag struggles to impose clear style on Monday in Manchester United. Jesus, guys, you couldn't write what's going on at Old Trafford, then, honestly. You couldn't write what's going on. You actually couldn't write what's going on out there, but God almighty, heaven above. Wolves, but they did the business. I'm actually going to watch the highlights now because I haven't. I'm going to laugh myself senseless. Jesus, in all fairness. But United as well, by they are struggling big time. The wheels have come off for United. I mean, Ten Hag is no closer to getting the team sorted. Well, it's not really his fault, to be honest. I mean, the job is a massive one at United. Yeah, that's what I was saying to one of the lads in work the other day. Yeah, because he's a United fan. The job at Manchester United. The job at Manchester United is a big one. Yeah. To be honest, it's a big one. It's a difficult one. It's a big one, guys. What can I say? It's a big game, yeah. So I don't know, but it's a big game in Old Trafford. You know what I mean? It's a big job. Just watching Wolves against Tottenham highlights, guys. Kulusevski for Spurs, Marlon and Johnson, and that was it, guys. 1-0. They thought they were off from running then. They thought they were the lords of the manor. They thought they were the lords of the manor at that point, guys, but there was a sting in the tail for them. Wolves' best chance there, guys, by a mile. But saved by the Spurs keeper. Wolves making a battle of it. Joe Gomez. Brian puts it wide. They had all the chances at the moment. Wolves, it was all Wolves at this point. Wolves are a tricky team, though, guys. They're a tricky team. Here comes Spurs. Song, Højbjerg. Brennan Johnson again, but he misses the target, puts it wide. He got a little too casual with it there. Just tried to flick it. Wolves good defending here, guys. Pushing Spurs back. Good save from the keeper. It was a good shot. Was heading into the top corner, but the keeper got a hand to it and pushed it over. And here come Wolves. Nice play. Nice boiling. What a great goal. Wolves are a dangerous team, man. Anyone going to Molyneux? Get ready for war. Matt Turner has been dropped from first choice of Forest. United will not be that team again. It's going to take a long time for United to come back, yeah, but the job at United is huge, in my opinion. I don't know, it's a massive undertaking. Ferguson got up while the going was good. Here come Wolves again. And that was it. 2-1. Right at the end, guys. Right at the end. Two one to Wolves, man. Yeah, the first goal by Wolves there was one of the best goals I've seen in a long time, guys. I'm not going to lie. It was absolutely incredible. The finish was just cracking. Matt Turner has been dropped from first choice at Forest. United will not be that team again. Yeah, it's difficult for them. I mean, seriously, it's difficult for them right now, the way things are going. It's a massive job at United, though. It's a massive job. That's all I can say about that. Yeah. The job is absolutely huge at United. Massive, massive undertaking. Seriously. It's a big job for anyone, yeah. I mean, someone needs to share the load, I think, with Ten Hag because he's struggling. He's struggling big time, man. It's a huge job at United, man. Seriously, there's a lot going on there. Afternoon, Dave. Our game ended 8-1. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Seriously, big time. I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for joining the stream anyway, man. Like I said, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what positives you can take from that game, but definitely it's back to the drawing board there. It's back to the drawing board, I think, yeah. Afternoon, Scott. Tony's back around the place, guys. Afternoon, McManus came in. Yeah, nice to have you on, Tony, man. Thanks for coming on, yeah. I'm sorry that the game finished up like that, yeah. Where was the game actually being played? But 8-1. An ex-girlfriend of mine, she used to play football in Switzerland. And she was a very good player in midfield. She was small, diminutive, but a very, very quick player in the midfield. Very strong, tenacious. But she went to the United States. And she was there for a year. And while she was in the United States for a year, she was trained every day. She was practicing every day. So after school, so she came back and she was incredible. Unbelievable, yeah. They're a good team, won the Premier last 2 years running. There's always going to be a blip, you know what I mean? Harlow. There's always going to be a blip, I suppose, isn't that it? I was talking to two Burnley fans anyway yesterday, guys. They saw my old School Gunner business card on the bar in work. I have my business card in the hotel, yeah. So they saw it at the bar in work and they were looking at it. I said, yeah, that's me. I said, you Arsenal fans? They said, no, we're Burnley fans. I said, all right. And they said, yeah, we thought we were doing okay in the first half, but, in the second half, yeah. We used to play in school on the concrete with tennis balls. Nice. I remember those days, Scott. I remember them too, but then we advanced to having footballs. I play on AstroTurf, yeah. You play on AstroTurf, huh? That's a good surface to play on. I used to play on that before. I used to play a bit of football, but it was like 5-a-side. But it was quite competitive. Yeah, we used to play full pitch sometimes as well. But I was doing it when I was doing karate, so I was doing it just to build up that extra stamina, endurance, and build up the legs a bit. You know what I mean? That was my whole thing. Ah, Harlow. Yeah, I see where that is. That's where you're living, right? But yeah, I used to play a bit of football like that, but like I said, literally just to increase stamina and strengthen my legs because I was doing karate. You know what I mean? So I used to like the football, and football was a team sport. Karate's more kind of individual, so it was good. Early doors, we didn't have a tennis ball, so we used the Coke can. Trust me, hitting one of those is not recommended. Nah, sure, there's no bounce in it, and there's no bounce in it. The flight of it is different. You know what I mean? Headers and volleys. We got a couple of professional footballers here amongst us guys. But big up, man. Headers and volleys. Yeah, growing up in the council estates of Ireland, guys, in the corporation housing estates, in disadvantaged area of Cork City, guys, things were tough. You know what I mean? We didn't even have a Coke can, so we used to just kick stones. We used to just kick stones. You know what I mean? He'd be like, "Hey, that was my goal. I'll take that." And then we would practice on the celebrations. Do you know what I mean? Put down the jumpers, guys. That's what I remember. We used to put our jumpers down on the field to form the goal, yeah. And that was it. We used to play. They were the good old days, bye. I've been building a Lego Hogwarts castle tonight. You're going to put it in the music studio, yeah? To like inspire yourself. Actually, Harry Potter was on the TV yesterday. It was on the TV in work. Oh, sorry, guys, a bit sleepy. Oh. All right. There we go. A little bit sleepy. Eric Ten Hag struggling to impose his style on Monday in Manchester United. Anyway, guys, listen. The game today, Chelsea Man City. There's a couple of games on in the Premier League today, but for me, that is the one that is more important to Arsenal. For obvious reasons. Chelsea Man City. How do you see that going? How do you see that going? What do you think the score is going to be? Never watched it, but I like Lego. Laugh out loud. I like Lego too. I like money more. Showing your age now, Dave. I remember that one of your mates kicking the crap out of it as they scored a goal. Wasn't pleased seeing your new dirty top as lava load. Remember that one of your mates kicking the crap out of it as they scored a goal. Mum wasn't pleased seeing your new dirty top. Exactly. Well done, Scott. Well done, Scott, boy. Great work, Scott. Scott's making Lego. I mean, Jesus, come on, Scott. Man City nicks it 1-0 or 2-1. Scott, you need to set up a YouTube studio. You know what I mean? When I go back to Switzerland in February and rebuild my life from zero, I'm going to set up a little kind of Arsenal thing, you know. I'm going to get one of the gaming chairs. I'm going to have a proper setup. You know what I mean? Not just like now, it's going to be that a little bit better. But this is okay too. I mean, I got a mic. I got good sound, good picture quality. I've got good people coming on the streams. Man City nicks it 1-0 or 2-1. I hope Chelsea can do something. Actually, Lego has a better increased value than gold. Really? Lego is one of those things that's universally popular all time. You're leaving the UK then, Dave? Yeah, I'm leaving in February, thank God. I'm going back to Switzerland, man. I was living there for 10 years before I came here, yeah. So I'm going to go back and rebuild my life in Switzerland. I only came here for my ex-wife, you know, because she couldn't make a life in Switzerland. I only came here to give her a better life, and then she left me. So that's it. Now she's doing well in a job and this and that, so I'm going to go back to what I know. I speak German, so I'm just going to go back. I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to start again. You know what I mean? It's nicer in Switzerland. Like, I'm not having to go to the UK. I'm Irish. It's nicer than my country too, yeah. Switzerland is nicer than Ireland and the UK. It's just a nice place to live, and it's less crowded. It's clean. Yeah, like I said, it's nicer than my country too. Yeah, we have to meet up before I go, my friend. Yeah, we can. It would be fun. I look forward to it. No problem. So you have a residence visa for Switzerland? I used to have. I actually had a permanent residence visa, but when I left, I gave it up. Thanks to my ex-wife. But I used to have, yeah, I had a permanent residence visa. I used to have, yeah. But it's no problem. You just need to get a job when you go back. Just get a job and you can start from there. I'll see as well when I go back, because I had one before, what that means for me when I go back. Maybe I can get like, but I'll just get a job. All my friends are relaxed about it. They're confident, they're like, yeah, come back, no problem. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of contacts there. I have a lot of friends there. I was there for 10 years. I know a lot of people there, you know what I mean, that are going to help me get started. So it's no problem. You know what I mean? I was there for 10 years. I have some good, solid friends. There's some really nice people. So they know I've been through the ringer as well. They know I've been through the mill. You know what I mean? They know I've been through the mill. So, but I had the full residence permit for Switzerland, but when I left, I gave it up. Stupidly. The things you do for love, guys. The things you do for the love of a woman, huh? That's what it is, man. I'm a resident of New Zealand, but not a citizen. Do you want to become a citizen, yeah? Or are you happy just being a resident? Just listen to the Pogues, guys. Rainy night in Soho. That's all it takes. Like you pay 500, then you can, yeah, exactly. When I had the residence permit, I had a permanent resident visa for Switzerland. It was the same thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, having Swiss citizenship is not a bad thing, really. But yeah, I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna rebuild my life and hopefully find a bit of happiness. You know what I mean? And if that means alone, that's fine. I don't mean a little bit of happiness and get a girl. You know what I mean? Because that alone won't make you happy. Fully understand that, then, Scott. You can use the 500 on something better. Yeah, and it's not necessary for you, man, because you have more or less the same rights with the visa you have anyway. It's you have more or less the same rights as a New Zealand citizen. You know what I mean? Straight up. So that's basically it. But yeah, we can be happy with that result yesterday, guys. I mean, I don't know what you thought about Trossard, but he's absolutely fearless. Big up Trossard, man. He's so much better than Eddie. Our midfield, though, guys, is a concern. Our midfield is a real concern. We've got Rice, Havertz, and Jorginho. Obviously, Rice, class act, but we got Rice, Havertz, and Jorginho in the middle. That's not a good midfield, guys. Seriously. That is not a good midfield. I mean, the midfield is Partey's out. I get it. They're looking at Douglas Luiz. That's supposed to have pissed Aston Villa off big time, but they're looking at Douglas Luiz, but they're saying we don't have the money because we threw out 65 million on the likes of Havertz. Our midfield, guys, is not good. Rice, Jorginho, and Havertz. It's good against Burnley, guys, but it won't be good against Liverpool. You know what I mean? And we need to buy a forward. We still. Are you both happy with the result yesterday? What about the performance? Is that concerning as it doesn't seem like you're playing great? We're doing enough to win, Tony, but we're not setting the world on fire. We haven't hit the heights of last season even, I think. The midfield is bad, Tony. Our midfield is bad. We had a good one in the Champions League. We had a good one yesterday, but these teams are limited. Our midfield is not that strong. Yeah? I mean, you've got Rice, you've got Jorginho and Havertz yesterday starting. Do I really have to say anything else? We're not playing great, but we're getting the job done. Yeah, last season was a one-off. Yeah, a lot of teams last season as well were down. I mean, a lot of teams last season were going through a lot of change, and we profited from that. Yeah, because a lot of teams were in transition, and we profited from that in the league position we got to. The only thing I would say, Tony, is that, like, with regards to last season, it was a one-off, but we should have won the league. I think that the players have to be held accountable for bottling it at the end because we were within striking distance. And if there was any semblance of emotion or passion or fire in them, they should have got over the line. Regardless of Saliba getting injured, which was fatal. Okay. Holding came in and did his best. Holding did his utmost. Yeah, he did his best. He played to his potential. Yeah, Holding actually was quite good for us. But with missing Saliba, he's a very difficult player to replace. But we should have went out and done ourselves justice towards the end of last season and pushed them to the wire. And we didn't do that. And that is the one complaint that I have with the team, because we were within striking distance and we were still in there at the end. They slipped up again and we were let back into it. And then we fell apart. So we had a couple of bites at the cherry. That's the one thing I would say about last season, Tony, that the team didn't actually acquit themselves and that they didn't drive on and actually push City to the wire. Take it to the last day. Take it to the last day. We didn't do that. And that is the one thing that I would say about the team. They bottled it. Because any semblance of spirit, heart, determination, will to win, fight, and the honour of playing for a great club like Arsenal, all of that went out the window. Like, think of Tony Adams. Think of Martin Keown. Think of Dixon and Winterburn. Grafters, fighters. They had heart. They had spirit. You know what I mean? Think of players like that. We had none of that on show. And that is more than talent, Tony. It's not all about talent, my friend. Roy Keane, good footballer, but what brought him to the next level was this, his heart and his will to win. And that's just not because he's Irish. Just saying, Roy Keane. You know what I mean? It's not all about talent, yeah. He was a competent football player, yeah. He was a skillful guy, talented, but he had a will to win and a drive. And that's what we were lacking last season. It's not all about ability to get us over the line. Yeah, we didn't have that battling spirit to get us over the line. We just drifted. Okay. You have Rice and Q make weights, in my opinion. Sounds good, Scott. I'm not happy with Havertz and Jorginho, yeah. If Rice was not next to Jorginho, we would have disaster. You also had an easier one of fixtures from the start. Player confidence got you through the rest, and Arteta and injuries cost you. Arteta will probably not play Fabio for 6 weeks now because of his red. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Keane, nah, he's not Dennis Wise. What? Keane would buy and sell Dennis Wise, boy. And he'd bait the head off him in a fight too. Let's have it right, Scott. Keane would box the head off Dennis Wise in a fight by him. He'd kill him on the field and off the field. Let's have it right, huh? Now, Julian Dix. He was a tough man. Julian Dix, Tony remembers Julian Dix. Dix was a tough man, yeah. Ruddock, animal. Ruddock broke both Andy Cole's legs in one tackle. One tackle, guys, from Neil Ruddock. He broke both Andy Cole's legs. Ruddock was a tough man. Neil Ruddock, Julian Dix, these guys were. Julian Dix was a lunatic. If Dix did that out on the street, guys, he would have got 6 years. Seriously, Dix, some of the things he did on the field. He was a tough boy. Oh my God in heaven. He was tough. Dix. Wise, Jesus. I had a bigger fart than him. Yeah, he was a little boy. He could have a go, but he was. Jesus, boy. Even Thierry Henry would take him. Henry would wipe the floor with him, boy. Bergkamp could be a bit nasty as well when he didn't have the ball. Bergkamp was quite. But yeah, Wise was one of the lads, huh? Wise was one of the lads. I think he started with the crazy gang, right? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Wise start with Wimbledon as well? Or am I wrong with that? Wasn't he one of the Wimbledon lads? They were all cheeky. Effin Koku. I'll go back a long time now, guys. Effin Koku, Marcus Gale. Jesus. Tony Cotty. He could handle himself on the field. Tony Cotty, man. He could handle himself. Wise was a nasty piece of work for a little chap. Yeah, but he was only an all little tiny fella. He had one of these like buzz cuts. He had a little tiny fella. Yeah, sure. He would have met with Emmanuel Petit, you know what I mean? Emmanuel Petit would show him, Peter Schmeichel would have sent him into Rosette, by. Schmeichel, when he got fired up, yeah. You remember when he threw the Galatasaray fan off the pitch? Do you remember that, guys? No, the time United played Galatasaray, and there was a pitch like a fan storm in the field. Schmeichel got him, threw him straight off the pitch, and then the players went to square up to Schmeichel, and he just looked at him like that. He just stood there looking, and then walked off. Jesus. Animal, boy. Schmeichel was a big fella. Dixie was a legend at West Ham. He would snap you in half and come back to finish you off, laugh alone. He wouldn't have enough for me, though. I was just, you know what I mean? He'd be always a half step behind me by my dribbling skills. The only dribbles I'd be doing now, guys, is dribbling down my face. No, but he was a tough guy, man. Dix was a tough guy, yeah. All round. All the way, yeah. All the way. Yeah, I'm not bothered about Fabio. So what is ESR injury? Yep, he was at Wimbledon. Yeah, all the boys that were at Wimbledon were, you know what I mean? Vinny was there, Marcus Gale and Effin Koku were there. They had some tough boys at Wimbledon. Did you see the Chris Kamara interview? No, I didn't. Man. What's going on with it? Guys, I got caught up in that protest yesterday. The Free Palestine protest. Well, I didn't get caught up in it as such, but Central London was on lockdown yesterday, so I got as far as like close to Vauxhall, Lambeth College. So I walked from Lambeth College to Oval Underground Station, and as I was walking there, I passed through Vauxhall and the American Embassy. All the protesters had gathered at the American Embassy. The roar, the sound was unbelievable from them. Scott, I believe ESR has been carded injury for the last 2 seasons. It's a pity we didn't go on and win the league last season, though. Regardless of this, regardless of that, regardless of the easy fixtures at the start, regardless of the way things worked out, it's a pity we didn't take it to the last day of the season. I pushed them, you know what I mean? Because we had everything going for us last year. Yep, injured again. Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's bound to get injured when he's not getting game time. I mean, he's not had any games, and then they play him in a couple of games, and he gets injured. He hasn't had... he's not match fit. You know what I mean? I don't know, but there's nothing wrong with Smith Rowe. He's not unfit. He hasn't got any underlying medical history problems. He's fit to play, but they haven't been playing him. Smith Rowe is 100% fit, guys. He's injured now, but they haven't been playing him. There's nothing wrong with Smith Rowe. He does not have any underlying medical conditions or niggling injuries. They just haven't been playing the guy. I mean, you don't get stronger by sitting on the sofa and sitting on the bench, guys. You get weaker. You get stronger through playing. You know what I mean? Simple as. That's how I see things. I heard Chris Kamara on Talksport. You could hear the difference in his speech. Such a shame. What the hell happened to him? He broke down on the Good Morning interview. Sad to hear that, Scott. What actually happened to him, man? Let me have a look. 1 second. Maybe it's here on YouTube, yeah. let me have a look. Yeah, life is tough all around, guys. Chris Kamara, good morning, Brendan. It's a battle with apraxia. What is apraxia? Apraxia. Speech. Emotional. He had a disability that was recognised a couple of years back, Dave. Right, got to go, Dave. Hope to catch up with you again. Yeah, thanks for coming on the stream, man. Sorry about the result today. I hope things go better for the team, man. I hope you you win the next one, yeah. I hope you win the next one, yeah. And enjoy the rest of your day, Tony, and thank you for coming on, yeah. I appreciate it. And I really hope that you're keeping well, yeah, and that it's onwards and upwards for you now. But you need to take it a day at a time, Tony, yeah. Like I am, like a lot of people are. You need to take things a day at a time, Tony. That's real talk, yeah. Just take it a day at a time, man. Every day is going to be different, yeah. But my advice to you, no matter how bad you're feeling, because I've been through the ringer in the last 12 months, it's been backs to the wall. Try to get up early if you can, yeah. Don't spend too long in bed, yeah. Even when you're not working, I'm talking about. If you don't have anything on, get up early, get out of the bed and shower, and then take it from there. You know what I mean? That's my advice to you, man, because I've done it myself. I know that I've spent days where I've been in bed, yeah, or I've stayed in bed till maybe 5 p.m. when I'm off work. Try to get up early, even if you're still staying at home anyway. Just get up early, shower, and start the day from there. You know, don't stay long in bed if you've got the day off and you've nothing planned. Get up early and you know, get yourself showered and get yourself dressed, and you feel better. You know what I mean? And make more of the day than you normally would. You make more of the day. All right, man. Take care of yourself, yeah. And like I said, you have my number anyway. All right, man. And before I leave, I'm leaving in February, yeah, so we have a bit of time. That's 2.5 months. So we can meet up for a beer and a chat, yeah. All right, man. And talk soon, yeah. All right. Big up to Tony, man. Big up to Early Doors Football TV. If you haven't already, guys, check his channel, like his video, and sub to his channel, yeah. And big up yourself, Tony, man. His brain was not sending a message fast enough for him to speak normally. Yeah, I'm watching the interview now. Yeah, he's very laboured in his speech. He's very laboured. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate your comments. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Like I said, you take it a day at a time, yeah. You're going to have good and bad days, Tony, even though I'm not going to get too personal into it, but you're going to have good and bad days too, man, you know. You've just got to take it at face value, yeah, for what it is. All right, man. Big up, man. Thanks for coming on, Tony. I appreciate it, yeah. And I hope the team does better the next one. The best thing for my mental health was leaving my job. The best thing for my mental health was the fella that I beat up yesterday on the way to work. I kicked the crap out of him, by. He went down like a bag of poppies. Like, I mean, he didn't have a chance. You know what I mean? I just dropped the shoulder on him, guys, and gave him an all crack on the old jaw, and he was gone. That's a joke, guys. Yeah, your job has a lot to do with it. I'm happy enough with my job at the moment, but living in the UK is a no-brainer for me. You know what I mean? When you're alone living in the UK, no-brainer. Hey, Alex, how are you, man? Guys, everyone, if you haven't, come support Alex's channel. Come support Alex's channel now. Yep, February I'm off, man. Flight is booked, so from here on out. No, I was joking about that, Alex. That was a joke. Yeah. I was saying that's how I deal with. That's how I improve my mental health. Yeah, I beat someone up. That was a joke, man. I'm not a violent type. Yeah. You met me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, beating up a crisp packet. I couldn't tear the Echo at this age, guys. At this age, no, I couldn't tear the newspaper. But I'd be like that doing the old Mike Tyson, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. Beat it up a crisp packet again. I was tearing the newspapers while I was doing, Scott. I caught the newspaper and I ripped it. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? An animal. I'm like a wild animal, guys. But you should see one of the security guards we have at the hotel, guys. Seriously, you should see one of the security guards we have at the hotel. And then he works through the night, and he couldn't break wind, guys. He couldn't take care of a wet dream. And one of the women even said it to one of the other security guards. She was like, "But that little guy that comes in at night, the guy's old now, yeah. He's very old. I think he's a Jamaican. He's like someone's granddad, and he just sits there, you know. But he couldn't take care of a wet dream. He couldn't break wind. You know what I mean? So I know what that's about. Enough about me beating up crisp packets, okay, Scott? I was quite the fighter in my younger days, I don't mind telling you. I was quite the fighter. I grew up in Ireland, guys, you know what I mean? I can't fight with shit, but I can restrain you in 15 ways. Exactly. You know unagi, like in the Friends episode, yeah, like Ross. Ross was learning unagi. What job you in, Scott? Scott is a professional wrestler. Scott fights in the UFC, actually. Scott is a UFC fighter. He used to be a professional wrestler. Now he's gone into the UFC. He's fighting out of New Zealand. Scott's all the way over in NZ. Scott's in New Zealand, you know what I mean? Boom. He's wrestling with sheep. Yeah, he's semi-retired. He started off like Khabib, like Nurmagomedov. He started off like Khabib. Khabib was wrestling with bears, and Scott was wrestling with sheep in New Zealand. So Khabib was wrestling with bears before he got into the UFC when he was a kid, and Scott was wrestling with sheep. Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. Let's get you laughing, man. Alex, have a laugh. Come on. Poor Chris Kamara, I bet he's been through the ringer. Now he's laughing, guys, and he's got that mustache. He's got that kind of mustache on his face. But he's alright. You just want to shave off the old mustache. It looks a bit strange. He's trying to hide something underneath the mustache, I think. I'm semi-retired now. What? Laugh out loud. Get it. So yeah, basically, he did corrections, Alex. He used to correct the exam papers. He was working for the... Scott was working for the Board of Education in New Zealand, and he used to correct the exam papers after every exam, yeah? He was in corrections. He used to correct the exam papers. He used to go like a big X and an F with red marker. That's was Scott's job. He liked it. Breaking people's hearts. Scott used to break people's hearts, guys. You got an F in maths. No university for you, son. You know what I mean? The final exam, Scott was like, corrections. Big X. And you get like a D, an E, and F, the ruler out exactly. Scott loved it. But before that, he was in UFC. But like I said, Aubameyang, what a loser. Khabib Nurmagomedov, he used to be wrestling with bears when he was a kid. Scott was wrestling with sheep. Good fighter, man. Scott, you're a good fighter, Scott. Check it out, Alex, on YouTube. Scott Kirk UFC career. It's like about 30 seconds. It's like a 30-second montage of him fighting. Starts with Scott running in the mountains with some sheep, and then he comes down into the UFC ring. Well, I'm having a good laugh, no fairness. I haven't been drinking, by the way, guys, last night. I'm just in a funny mood. Cheers. All right, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream anyway because I need to get to work. Need to shower and get to work. I need to get ready and go to work anyway, guys. I might create another little bit of content later when I'm on the way to work. But yeah, thank you both for your support. Yeah, I appreciate it. Big up yourselves, guys. All right, Scott, take care of yourself, yeah? I'm going to be doing streaming on Monday and Tuesday, Scott. So if you want to join in, do, man, because it could be 9 p.m., 10 p.m. to 11. So do your thing. Yeah, you too, Alex, man. I'm off to work now. I got to head to work. But yeah, let's look and see what happens between City and Chelsea, yeah? It should be an interesting game. Let's see what happens with City and Chelsea. All right, guys. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time, yeah? Take it easy, guys. Come on, you Gooners. Peace. Thanks for your support, guys. I'll be streaming tomorrow anyway and Tuesday, so I'll be back on it. All right, making a bit of content. See how things go. Thanks for tuning in, Alex. I appreciate it, and thank you, Scott. And take care, guys, and enjoy your day. See you later. Peace out.